thinking, oh, cool. That's what a scene with Shinji and John Numbers needs, is a duck hunt. That's wonderful.
I was about to say,
but,
you called Jersey lame a minute ago.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Jersey.
Look, but that's the thing. You have turned duck hunt into a bit of an immovable object. So what else can you do? You go down, you go to South Jersey, you bring Noodle up and show the unstoppable force that is Donkey Kong.
I like that. You know, you could say you just get stuck between a can and a hard place, but what if you are the hard place?
100%.
No one ever took that into consideration. Ever.
No, that's,
no.
I mean, I'm sure you had to have, that sounds like a thought that you've had before.
I don't have many thoughts in this bold brain anymore, to be honest. I don't even know what game this is really anymore. I'm blinking a lot. I'm trying to keep it up. I had a weird messed up thing with my right eye recently. I'm old. This is hard for me to keep up with. I don't know why y'all asked me to do this, but if there's anything I do know is that DK, bit of an anti-meta character. Yeah, I know you did. Bit of an anti-meta character. Much like the one we just saw. Like, you know, the interesting thing about Snake is that, like, he's sort of like an anti-meta character to how lower level players fight opponents. Where, like, oh, he's better at recovering from high than from below. And DK is just one that just tanks damage instead. I swear to God, this is what I mean when I say I'm old. I actually had a good analogy there, and I completely forgot what it was. I'm sorry. But point is, we got DK versus Duck Hunt. Are these two right next to each other alphabetically on the list? I don't think, no. I think Diddy Kong would be in between somewhere because of the I beforehand.
O. It would be
yes.
O.
Oh, I, then the O.
O and then U.
Then U, yeah. All vowels. Interesting.
Yeah.
Not really. All right, game number one, small battlefield. Yeah, if there's any character that I feel like can just sort of brute force his way through Duck Hunt's, like, you know, sort of obstacle course, it's Donkey Kong. Yeah, y'all don't really even need me to explain it. It's like the jack of all. It's like the jack of one trade, really, where it's like, yeah, I'm big. I'm gonna get hit by all these hitboxes. I'm also the third heaviest character in the game. Easy. Second behind only King K. Rool and Bowser at number one, if I'm not mistaken. Already at 165%, which is barely even death percent as maximum rage is being put on. Nowhere near 100% is Duck Hunt, so the cargo throw is not necessarily going to do it yet. But that can explosion. Frame trapping with the forward air is going to do it. GOCK and RARI taking the first stock, beautifully trapping DK below the left side small battlefield platform.
Yeah, this is someone, obviously, this is a DK with a little bit to prove. Obviously, South Jersey has had a little bit of representation on the Jersey PR after a little bit of a struggle to garner that said recognition. But I mean, I think the first one from South Jersey would have been Vince all those years ago, the Roy that would come up every now and then.
Vince, well, that's even before what I remember. He was a DK player at one point?
No. From
South
South Jersey.
South Jersey PR. Okay,
South
never mind.
Jersey
Yeah.
in general, no.
Yeah,
Vince was very much a Roy.
I was going to say.
Although, no, you can talk a little bit about DK, you know, wanting BK or whatever. That was
my God.
That was Vince involved in that set. So that's. God.
Speaking of DK, I think I'm
cursed lore.
Speaking of DK, I think I'm seeing what you're saying.
Yes. There you go.
How did the Tunis make it funny too? Anyway.
You know what? I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
That one was hard. I had to go to the recesses of my brain to remember that player. Oh!
I can tell. But
that's a lot of tanking right there, but not anywhere close. That was actually good on GOCK and RARI to understand the her danger zone right there.
Now we're seeing a little bit of a monochromatic battle. We understand if you're maybe adjusting your monitors, but no, they're just we're having this best of 3 set in Sepia, apparently, or Sepia, whatever.
I don't know how to pronounce it either. You're asking the wrong guy.
Oh, what I know how to do is call that a stock for GOCK and RARI. The KO off of the top, and the item play of GOCK and RARI is something to be admired and in this case feared,
dude. Monkey's getting bounced around like it's bar mitzvah right now. Just 82%, not able to get back down towards the level. Some might initially say pocket change for a character like DK, but a whip forward air is probably going to spell the game for GOCK and RARI right there, taking it over Noodle, and that was all over a forward air through the platform, which you know had to have been a back air. That had to have been a back air instead. I don't know if that was snapback or if Noodle just happened to be facing the wrong direction, but there is not enough frames, or not enough active frames, or too many starter frames, I should say, on that move to ever be able to do it through the platform. We're going to take a look at this sequence again for you all in just a minute. Trying to get on the platform right there, turning around actually to get a forward air instead, and just eating 1, 2, 3 3 clay shots right to the face into the up air. You can't afford to whiff moves like that as Donkey Kong. You know, it's such a tight, scary neutral you have to play, despite it being relatively simple, if not monochromatic, like you said before, with back air just being the move that it is. But the thing is, if you ever mess that up at any given point, you're the 3rd heaviest character. You're also one of the biggest ones against a character who's good at both juggling, not only with their CQC, with their melee attacks, but also with their multiple projectiles as well. You cannot afford to make those kind of whiffs as Donkey Kong. As we go into game number 2 on small battlefield. Is that the stock? Yes, it is. Beautiful. Ding dong cargo throw up into the top. Ding dong. The dog is dead, Stu.
Yeah, and this is Noodle again, already with something to prove. Never mind the fact that you're from South Jersey and you have a chip on your shoulder. And you have had pretty decent representatives from that region on the Garden State PR, but you're still a DK. You're already an underdog in this game to some respect or another, but you're at 160%. This is full rage. This is a really angry Ape Nintunis. And you got to think that someone, oh, what beautiful tech, only to get KO'd off the side, but beautiful stuff. Already an improvement off of their placement at Nightmare, 25th at that tournament with our good friend Bugs, GOCK and my RARI finishing 9th, but Nintunis, you're still just flabbergasted at what just happened.
I'm absolutely flabbergasted because that is how you know you're watching. That interaction was how you know you're watching a DK main, and how you know you're watching a DK when you get spiked. Even if you have your jump, you just die regardless. True. No, what happened is that he used his side B to armor through the can to be able to grab the ledge. The can was just completely covering ledge, but he utilized the heavy armor, or if it's super armor, I'm pretty sure it's heavy armor. I don't really remember. Forgive me for not knowing, but yeah, just utilizing that armor to make it back down the stage. That is not something someone with a pocket DK does. And DK is very frequently seen as a pocket character at the lower levels of play. But this is the higher level. This is what the DK mains rise up to shine. But very well might be rising down to the losers bracket instead. 124, 139% on the last stock is Noodle already, sitting pretty at a solid 58 on their second one is GOCK and my RARI right now. This is definitely looking like GOCK and my RARI's game to lose right now, and it certainly is, as that duck is going to bite DK right where the sun don't shine. That tie don't cover all the right hitboxes, my friend, and up and away. On to the next Donkey Kong game, whatever that may be, but it's going to be down in the losers bracket as Noodle going to fall 2-0 to one of the top seeds in this tournament, GOCK in my RARI.
Yeah, and what can you say about GOCK and my RARI? Already an improvement on last week's result at Fusion 226, where they finished 5th. GOCK and my RARI doing well to find their way into winners finals, where they will go up against Jackal. But let's find out how we got here. As we saw the first stock, that can looming ever present in every single GOCK and my RARI set. But you saw that being set up, and I mean the fact that it's active frame 1 obviously is a point of annoyance for Noodle. But I mean it's just hard to really find answers for all the things in Duck Hunt's toolkit at once. I mean just considering, yeah, and then you have really I'd say one of the more effective up airs in the game, considering what Duck Hunt brings.
The fact that like you can just get like those kind of juggles off of both of your melee attacks and your projectiles is just something that, you know, in theory we should have realized is decently good a long time ago, but not a lot of Duck Hunt players were able to prove what this character can do. They're not the easiest character to play, I should say. There's a bit of a learning curve. I called them Bad Snake for years.
Yeah.
I'm very guilty of being away with that. And I still kind of think that, you know, for the most part, but they're not exactly a one-to-one comparison. You know, Snake's much more explosive and got like crazy melee hitboxes. Duck Hunt is more of like a trapper, if not / half zoner, I suppose. But yeah, small battlefield, tiny stage, not easy to get around all those projectiles, regardless of what character you're playing. And when you're playing one of the biggest ones in the game, yeah, you'll tank that damage. But are those cans artillery shells or are they just bullets?
It makes you wonder. I just kind of assumed it was filled with buckshot or something. Like, I don't know. There's got to be whatever it is.
It's the down B. The down B is buckshot.
Yeah, I mean, we know. Look, the thing is, it's in the start GG as GOCK and my RARI. But, you know, we're going to go with that, and we know it's fun.
You know, back in my day, we didn't change our tags to confuse the commentators. We just stuck with whatever god awful one we had.
We casted how many Thursday sets with with Chris Santorelli?
A lot with Chris Santorelli.
How many change tags all throughout the